wait. Before you just click and scroll away and say, oh my God, no, not more on inflation. I'm tired of hearing about it. It's so depressing. You want to stick and stay with this video for three reasons. One, I'm going to tell you why bananas are still a good deal at that price and the nutritional value and the things they provide for your body. Two, I'm going to talk about, sadly, where inflation is headed and some of the reasoning behind it and when we can expect changes. And lastly, we'll talk about ways to beat food inflation. So, I hope you'll stick around. Uh, Good Sunday morning to you all. You are on the channel Out of Darkness. The channel designed to help you prepare and live your best retirement life. Now, even if you're 30, 35 years old, now is the time to be thinking about your best retirement life. So, don't just think, oh, this is for the old crowd. Good information about to drop, especially if you're a gym rat. The banana, one of my favorite fruits. So I always buying them, always conscious of the price of them. In the last week, they went up 8% per pound. Ouch. But they're still a good bargain. Even at 64 cents a pound, they're much cheaper than apples, which are usually $2 a pound. Much cheaper than other pome fruits like pears. Much cheaper than your Akeene fruits like plums and apricots and peaches, usually $3 or more a pound. So they're still a good, healthy bargain. They're also rich in potassium. Potassium is what fuels your action cells, your muscles, your nerves, things that are going to do work through something called the sodium potassium pump. But I'm not going to go deep into the science on that today. You want to get your bananas like this, a little bit of green still in them, okay? When they're not fully ripened. What this means is that the sugars are still in a complex carbohydrate form. The riper your banana, the more black spots on it, the more simple sugars in it. So you want it a little green. Hey, we're all having issues with our waistline. Getting them a little bit green means the starches in them take longer to digest, keeping you feeling full longer. Satiates hunger. Bananas, a good deal. I'll eat one for breakfast, just spread a little bit of peanut butter on it, get the protein my body needs, and the potassium it needs. They're a great snack. Yeah, this is your health advisory tip. Eat your bananas. Topic 2, the sad aspect of another inflationary crunch coming. Diesel fuel is now over $5 a gallon nationwide. Diesel fuel is what moves our food, moves our goods. That's a 49% increase in just a few weeks. Huge shock. Now, according to the experts, the inflationary pressures of these higher food prices take about 3 months to kick in. So that means around June, mid to late June, we should expect to see food prices on the rise again. 8, 10, 12%. Particularly any of you listeners, watchers who are on islands. The New York Times ran a story on inflationary pressures of transportation costs, i.e. diesel fuel, and they were highlighting a brewer in Maui, Hawaii. Now, hops, grains, all the goodies that go into your beer, these are cold climate, cooler climate plants. Sure as hell not growing them in Hawaii. So he has to rely on a supply chain. You're even not growing many of them in California. So he has to rely on a supply chain that is moving these things across the United States, then to shipping ports. San Diego or Los Angeles is a huge port of entry on the Pacific coast. Then tanker, boat transportation to Maui. Huge increase in his expenses. Anybody out there in the Canadian Maritimes, Labrador, is going to see huge food inflation because most of their food needs to be shipped in because of the short growing season. So these are some of the things we can expect coming right around the time that summer kicks in. Yeah, that 4th of July barbecue, you might need a small loan for. All right. Enough with the depression. What do we do about it? Well, I ran a segment earlier this month on how to beat inflation with 5 hours a week. Okay. And the takeaway from that is get a job with your local food retailer, your grocery store. 4 hours a week, 5 hours a week, whatever a shift is. Certainly you have that kind of time. It's Sunday morning, it's almost noon. What did you do this morning? Maybe some of you listening went to church. Maybe some of you were just kicking around the house. Certainly you can find 4 hours, 5 hours a week, whether it be an evening or, again, a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, to pick up a shift. These places will pay a salary, not great, but they'll give 15, 20, maybe even more percent off on your groceries. I've been doing this. I get 20% off store-wide at the store that I work at. That's on top of sale prices, on top of any discounts, the stuff that's about to expire that they mark 50% off. Yeah, I get that, plus another 20. Sometimes I'm walking out of there with food. Granted, you need to consume it that day, but at a third of the cost that the average consumer would have paid the day before. Think about a food hack like this. Now, I also did another episode talking about some of these things. Next time you grocery shop, look around at the sale prices, the sale banners. For example, one local chain, Tuesdays are a big day to buy. Buy one, get one half off. Buy this, get the next one half off. So look at the day that you shop. And a lot of these are often early in the week because they want to get traffic through their door. Okay, then there are also some good Friday deals in some grocery stores because Friday, it's the end of the week, you want to go to that happy hour or you just want to go home and chill. So again, not a heavy foot traffic day for the grocery stores. They want to get people through. Third, and I've covered this before, and I can see people blindly walking through the grocery stores, and they're the ones that are going to overspend and be foolish with their money. Make a list. And that list should be based upon, first, an inventory of what food you still have at home. Don't double buy, especially if it's something that's going to expire. Look at what's in the house. Then make your list from the needs that you have. Go to the store, shop to your list. Eat before you grocery shop. Never walk into a grocery store hungry, because that's when you're buying the snack foods, the impulse buys, and stuff that you really don't need. Um, it just becomes a dopamine want. Ooh, that'll make me feel good right now because I'm so depressed that my bananas went up 8% last week. So, those are your tips for today. These are the things you can expect. Let's recap. Bananas, still a good bargain. Really good for your health. 2, inflationary pressures are going to increase in the coming months. That is just the reality of it. There's nothing we can do to stop that tide. But 3, we can change our behaviors, change some of our actions, reallocate our time. Hey, times are tough. Some of it's about to get a little tougher, but together we can get through this. If you've stuck around this long, thank you. And please hit the like and subscribe button below. Let's continue to please get this message out there. The more views, the more subscribers, the greater the spread of this channel. I hope to continue to give you truthful information, even if it does hurt. And 2, ways to act against it. Okay, as I explained in an earlier video, my background is environmental science. Environmental science is a problem-solving science. It isn't doom and gloom. Okay, it's identify a problem, figure out why it's a problem, when it became a problem, how it is a problem, and then work for a solution. And in this case, the solution to food inflation has to be your boots on the ground. Thanks for watching. We're all in this together.